Hi, I'm Bonnie Stewart, Vice President of Government Affairs for CBIA. The legislative session just ended, and we'd like to update you on what happened here this year. We'd like to start off with several positive measures that the legislature adopted. First was regulatory reform, an issue of key importance to the business community. We're happy to tell you that the House and Senate passed this measure, which will help improve the permitting process when it comes to the Department of Environmental Protection, therefore opening up economic opportunities for Connecticut's businesses and Connecticut's people. So a positive measure that we greatly appreciate having been passed. Another good thing was education reform, something where we were trying to improve the qualifications of high school graduates in Connecticut. That measure too was adopted, a second positive thing for the people of Connecticut. And lastly, a jobs measure worked on by both the House, Senate, and the administration that would do a number of things in a variety of different areas, but particularly when it comes to tax credits, allowing small businesses to take advantage of some tax credits, as well as adopting some new ones, such as the angel investor tax credit. So there are three positive measures that we were glad to see adopted this year. Next, we saw a number of measures that we had great concern with fail, which is exactly what we were looking for. There were a number of labor and employment measures that would have increased the cost of hiring people in Connecticut. We're pleased to let you know that the measures such as paid time off, modifications to workers' compensation, and other measures all were not adopted. So that is positive as well. In addition to that, there were a number of tax measures that were of great concern because they would have increased the cost of compliance here in Connecticut, as well as increasing taxes on businesses, something that we can't afford in these times. Those measures too were stopped. Unfortunately, another measure that was negative was an energy bill pushed by the chairs of the Energy Committee, and that unfortunately was adopted. That will increase the cost of energy for all people in Connecticut should the measure be signed by the governor. We will be seeking a veto for that bill though. Another measure that was approved was the budget. And while we're glad to see the budget having been resolved, unfortunately, structural changes that were needed were not made. So that will be an issue that's dealt with again next year, as Connecticut will be facing significant fiscal situation. I'd like to thank all of our members for getting involved. With your involvement and support, we're able to be far more successful. So thank you very much, because we did end the year on a positive note.